What's going on, guys? And welcome to Sunday Night Live. This is going to be the Sunday night show where we just talk about anything, man. Anything boxing, anything you guys want to talk about. And I'm delighted to be joined by another guest this week. I'm going to try and bring a guest every single week. Last week we had Ewan from EB Boxing, Simbox. It was great to have him. And this week I've got Sam from Raps on TV, all the way from Nigeria. Sam, what's going on, bro?
What's happening? What's happening? Boxing Lowdown. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Good to be on the show. Good to talk boxing, man.
Good to finally get you on.
Yeah, bro. It's been a bit. We've just been back and forth exchanging messages and whatnot. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the show, man. Looking forward to it.
Before we get into it, man, how's it over there in Nigeria?
Do you know what? It's a bit better than lockdown in the UK, but there is still a kind of lockdown here. There is a curfew from 12 to 4 a.m. So you can still kind of be a bit more mobile here, but you know, it is kind of what it is. It's not the same as how it used to be, but the pandemic's affecting everywhere. But yeah, man, I'm just chill. Been speaking to so many fans, man, out here, man. The boxing scene has just grown in Africa over the years. And yeah, bro, I'm looking forward to getting into it for the rest of the show. But
yeah, how popular is boxing in Nigeria right now? Like, what's the scene like over it?
The scene is interesting, bro, because like obviously everyone likes their AJ. AJ is a very loud Nigerian. He doesn't hide his heritage where he's from. Very, very much Nigerian. Obviously, everyone knows who Joshua is. There was even a street named after him in his hometown, which is in Ogun State. So he's a big star here. But also, you see the likes of all these other Nigerian stars, and even just combat guys like Adesanya. You've got all these other fighters. Even people talk about Okoli out here. You know, Okoli's getting his name out here and building it up. I remember Larry Ekundayo, and you know, I've got to actually be on ground to some of the local gyms and meet quite a lot of these pros, which I'm going to be uploading some content on some of these guys who are looking to get a bit more exposure. So, yeah, man, the boxing scene is really growing out here, man.
That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Yeah, there's a lot of even British boxers that have Nigerian ethnicity. Like Joe Joyce, for example. Like he's another one that comes to mind.
This is what I'm saying. Joe Joyce, like I feel it's like the Nigerian dynamite that beat the boy. You know, that's how. Yeah. But no, there's a lot of Nigerian fighters, and which kind of leads me as this is a freestyle we're talking. I'm quite disappointed that the DAZN or anyone who owns the rights to Joshua haven't really marketed it out here. It was quite disappointing because I remember the AJ fight with Pulev. Everyone was trying to struggle to find places to watch, and it led to people kind of going to illegal streaming services and whatnot to be able to watch the fight. And in my head, I'm thinking the demand is so huge here for a Joshua fight. I don't see why they couldn't do it out here, which is really shocking, mate. He's like Joshua's on billboards out here. He's on TV ads out here. He's really big here. So I don't understand why he wasn't put on, or it wasn't put on a pay-per-view or a streaming platform or something. Which is that's a little moan that I've got out of the whole experience here. But besides that,
yeah, get the feeling that's an opportunity missed for sure.
100%, bro. People will pay it like $5, $10, $15, $20, whatever you price it. I think there'll be a decent enough market, but I don't know, because $20 out here to some people out here is a lot of money. But I feel like with the streaming rights and the amount of places, even with the betting scene is huge out here. Gambling and everything. Bookie scenes in Africa is huge. So I'm just surprised that it hasn't been put on or anything. But, it's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Bro. Well, listen, man, it's good to get you on. Like I said, for anyone that's tuning into the stream right now, we're going to be just talking about anything really, man. The lightweight division, I want to get Sam's opinion on. I also want to get his opinion on Garcia Campbell that took place last week. And then we'll just freestyle, man. We'll talk about AJ and Fury. We'll talk about, anything that's going on right now. Q&A. Adrien Broner, he's coming back to the ring in February. So anyone that's in the stream, hit the like button on the video. Feel free to share it. Subscribe to the channel. We've got a comment here already from Shane Willoughby. That's my guy. He was on the podcast last weekend. He's put, "What's up, bro? What's the topic?" Well, yeah, I don't know if you just heard that, but I'm literally just going to be talking about anything, bro. For you guys, just Sunday Night Live, innit? We'll just talk boxing, man. But now I've got Sam on the live chat. I want to ask him about, because I haven't really got to catch up with you about the lightweight division and Garcia Campbell. So could I just get your thoughts on that particular fight, your thoughts on it, and just the lightweight division as a whole? Is it the best division in boxing right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Best division in boxing right now in terms of excitement, in terms of big stars, in terms of guys that are willing to put it on the line. These guys, you've got guys that, appeal to the everyday boxing fans, like the hardcore boxing fans, and then you've got the casuals that step in when there's a big fight here and there. We've got all those kind of characters. You've got characters from different ethnicities, different backgrounds that really bring huge attention to the sport, man. So, I think this is the best era since Mayweather. Because back when Mayweather was fighting, it was all about heavyweights, and then he changed it around. It was all about the lightweights, and then the likes of Joshua and all these other guys that come in. And now I think it's actually got a nice stable of fighters that really know how to fight. It's really about the speed versus speed. It's about the power and just the technicality of these guys. And I know, which leads me on to the next kind of thing with Garcia versus Campbell. I feel that couldn't have been a better fight for Garcia. I just think that was, if you had to say this is a fight where you have to get knocked down and come back to prove it had everything in it. It had drama, it had tactics, it had hype, it had everything. It was a really, really good fight to watch, I think. When Luke dropped him, I think it was the second or third, when Luke dropped him, I saw Twitter change. I saw Twitter saying, look at Garcia, just an Insta boy, all this stuff, Canelo, whatever. And then look how we overcame and knocked him out in the seventh round with a Canelo classic move. So I think for him, it's upwards and onwards for him. I don't know about him calling out Tank, but I think he's proved himself as a talented fighter, as a guy who can also in the limelight, but also can really prove, and he's proven himself. He spoke a good game and walked a good game, and he's here to stay, man. Champion,
so
real champion.
Was you always confident that he was going to beat Garcia? Then you did. Campbell. Did you not have that?
Do you know what? I wasn't sure, because even some of my mates called me up and say, you're into boxing, and what do you make of Garcia? I said, look, he's a good fighter, talented. He had a very good amateur pedigree. Really, really he's got the full package really to be a superstar, but I don't know what he's like because he's yet to be tested in the pros. And I said, the Luke Campbell test, we'll find out. And I said, that's why I was really gutted that in COVID, they caught COVID back at the time, and it got postponed. But what a way! 2021, they came in. Good fight, bro. That's generally I could only commend it. It was just a good fight, Like they had everything, and I feel sorry for Luke Campbell in a way because he did come to win, but he always seems to keep coming up short. Like I think Jorge Linares came up short. So it's just I think he's done at top level, bro.
I think he's done at top level, yeah. Got a question here from Shane Willoughby. He's put, what do you guys think of George Kambosos Jr.? Hopefully I'm spelling his name right. That's the Australian Greek fighter, isn't it? He's I think he's been lined up to face Teofimo Lopez next, isn't he? Exciting fighter, man, from what I've seen. I haven't seen much of him, but he seems like an exciting fighter. Could emerge as a contender in he's earned his right to challenge for becoming mandatory for Teofimo Lopez. So, he was very excited. He beat Lee Selby. Good win over him, won that convincingly. So, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Then if you want to elaborate on that, Sam?
No, definitely, for sure. I've heard a little bit about him, I don't know too much, but I've heard he's a real tough guy, and he wants to make a name for himself. Teofimo Lopez is flying high, pound for pound, for my fighter of the year, everything. And I feel he's set to have a really big year this year as well. Yeah, it should be a good, interesting fight. Did you watch his Sky Sports interview?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Entertaining interview, man.
Bro, I like him. I really do like him. I was the one. Me and Koja got back up. I said he was gonna beat Lomachenko from early because I've just seen him. I just see how he is. He's just rough. Like he's really willing to put it all on the line. Like after I saw him bad up Richard Comey, I said no. It wasn't a lucky punch. Richard Comey ain't no joke. Man. Like we know the streets that manage him, make him millions, guys. He's not a joker. So the fact that he knocked him out and made him look that amateurish, I said, nah, this guy's serious. Yeah, he's for real, man. I'm saying, interesting.
He is for real. Got another question here from Shane. He's put, do you think that Oh, because you said lightweight was the best division. So you said you think it's better than 175 pounds lightweight. I think stream might be lagging a bit. You still there, Sam?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Who do you think's better?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. You see that question there? You think?
So,
bit of network issues there. Don't know if you can see it, Sam, but he said, do you think that? Do you think lightweight? Do you think it's better than light heavyweight? That's the question.
Who would be better at 175?
No, do you think
the lightweight division is better than 175?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think lightweight is still about the lightweights, man. After the heavyweights,
yeah.
I think it's the lightweights. I think the cruiserweight and the light heavyweight division domestically is good. I think on an international scale, on a world scale, I don't think it is.
Yeah. Okay. We've got another question here from IA. He's putting 135, putting Spence Crawford to shame if they make the fights. Yeah, listen, man. I don't know what you feel about it, Sam, but I'll go in. I've said it quite a few times. The Spence and Crawford situation is, really frustrating me with the whole back and forth. Who's going to get paid what. And I get the feeling just with some of the comments that were coming from Errol Spence's, from his mouth, particularly at Canelo Smith, and just in general, his feelings towards a Crawford fight. I don't know how realistic it is to be made now. I mean, we was hoping that it would happen, but this comment here from IA, I mean, it's bang on. They are putting Spence Crawford to shame if they make the fights. I mean, look at Ryan Garcia, for example. He fought Luke Campbell. There's the fight with Devin Haney, and he's just gone straight for Gervonta Davis. All of these guys are circling each other. I think Sam's gone there. I think his stream might be lagging a bit, guys, but I'll keep it going anyway until we can get him back on. But yeah, I just think that it's putting it to shame. It is. And I don't know what's going to happen. I think that Crawford and Errol Spence need to put their egos aside if that fight is going to happen. They're going to have to curb it a little bit, because I just get the feeling that it's getting too much now. And I don't know if we're going to get it or not. But good comment there, IA. I totally agree with you as well. We've got Sam. I'm going to try and get him back on, guys, but let's just carry on until then. CBC Boxing, he's put Lopez, Garcia, Haney, and Tank are all young. Hopefully we see them all fight each other multiple times. Yeah. You know what, CBC, I saw a comment, and we got Sam back here, so let me try and get back on. There you go, bro. Is that any better?
Yo, bro.
Yeah. So I'm just carrying on here. So going back to your comment, CBC Boxing, these guys are all young. And I saw a comment from someone comparing them to the Fantastic Four. I think that's a bit premature, but I get where he's going with it. He just wants to see these guys, and they've got the potential to make exciting fights. They're all characters in their own way. I mean, it's exciting. I've got even casual fans coming up to me talking about these guys. Some of them are Team Garcia, some of them are Team Tank, and this is out of just from the social demographic, in terms of for Tank, for example, he has a lot of the hip hop crowd of him. And then Garcia, he's got probably the most followers on Instagram. So these guys are attracting fans from elsewhere. And that's why I think it can become really popular if these guys will get it on. So, I'm really excited about it. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that a bit more, Sam?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Fantastic Four is a bit, I agree with what you're saying. I just feel that this is a real exciting time. I feel people shouldn't put any pressure or overhype it. People should just embrace the fact that we got so many young guys from different ethnicities wanting to fight and wanting to go for the crown. Because, in boxing, we allow the politics to get in the way. And I feel that this is the only division where politics hasn't got in the way as much as it has with other weight classes. Personally, for me anyway, and all these guys want to fight each other and really onto it. I just feel that Devin Haney's got this is his big year. He really needs to do something now, because two of the guys that he was supposed to fight have just lost to two of the other guys, to his competitors, to his stablemates in Teofimo Lopez and to Luke Campbell of Ryan Garcia. So he's really got to step it up, man. Whether he can or not, I've now got a question as to why he hasn't fought any of these guys yet. So,
well, hopefully this will be the year. And stream's lagging again, bro. But yeah, we'll keep going anyway. We'll keep going. But yeah, hopefully this is the year we get to see him. I think he needs his gut check now, Devin Haney, for me.
Yeah.
I think he needs it now. Garcia definitely got his last week, and he responded brilliantly to it.
Yeah,
so,
for sure,
Tank's been a world champion. Teofimo Lopez has fought Lomachenko. Garcia's fought, he's had his gut check. So let's see Devin Haney in with one. I think he does want it, but it remains to be seen when he gets it. Now, got another comment here from Shane, and he's put, you have Beterbiev, Bivol, Alvarez, Joe Smith, Bektemir, Kovalev, Zerdo, Ramirez. They're not popular, but they are so serious in terms of their ability and their credibility. So yeah, I echo what you're saying there, Shane. The light heavyweight division, it might not be as glamorous as the lightweight division. Some of these guys are just straight up monsters, man. They're just like, they're not in it for like they're not like the Ryan Garcias or the Devin Haneys. They're not Instagram stars or anything like that. But these guys are tough fuckers that can fight. Do you know what I mean? And I agree with you on that comment. Like, in terms of the light heavyweight division, in terms of its depth, it is very strong. But I guess it's down to opinion, really. Like, all the guys, anyone in the comments here would like to let me know what you think is the best division in boxing right now. Is it lightweight or is it light heavyweight? I'm not sure, but I think Sam's. I think his stream's gone, man. I'm gonna message him and just let him know what's going on. But either way, I have to agree with you there, Shane. I have to agree. Like, in terms of the popularity, it's not up there. But in terms of the depth, then it is there for sure. It is definitely there. CBC Boxing in the chat, he's put, Garcia is good for boxing. His YouTube channel is popping. Haney and Tank also have a hip-hop influence. It's proper exciting, man. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, that's literally what I was just saying, man. Like, Garcia, like, just in general, like his Instagram, his YouTube channel, like his social media presence is just on a different level. Whereas like Haney and Tank have that hip-hop influence. Like I said, a lot of the guys that I speak to that don't even follow boxing, they know about Devin Haney and Tank Davis. More Tank Davis, but they know about Devin Haney as well. So it is exciting times. And just the fact that these guys are all young, they're all outspoken, they're all ready to fight. That's why we want to see these guys. And I'm going to try Sam one more time. If it lags, we're going to have to get Sam on another stream. So, Sam, you there, bro?
Yes, I am. I'm so sorry, bro.
No worries, man. No worries. I know.
It's just frustrating. But no, bro, I'm enjoying the show, man. These people, the fans are coming out with some comments, man. There's so many, like CBC said, there's so many different guys. Like, the hip-hop scene is Tank and Devin Haney. Those guys have a rivalry because they're trying to impress Floyd, who's the godfather, And Floyd is trying to take a pick of which guy does he want. Does he want Team Haney or does he want Team Tank? So that's really interesting. And Garcia's the Mexican Canelo of that era, and the Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? Like, Teofimo Lopez is that new guy. He's that new guy that's come on the block that just don't give a fuck. Like, he's from Brooklyn, the way he is, the proper New York style, how he is. Like, it's just so diverse. But I just want to see a UK guy in the mix, man. Everyone says that Brit is the new mecca of boxing, but where are our lightweights? Campbell, look, gold medalist, came up short. Respect to you. You've been in the game for a while, but we've got to look at other things as well. And who the next guys? Who are the next guys?
Yeah, something that we were talking particularly about on our podcast last weekend, and like we were speaking about the come up from the UK fighters. Like, is the scene on the world level, is it falling behind with some of the fighters that have lost recently? You look at Kell Brook, you look at Callum Smith, look at Luke Campbell as well. Other than the heavyweights, we had a long discussion on that. Really good discussion. We had Shane on that discussion, actually. And he's left another comment here. He's put, I feel like it's easy for the guys at 135 pounds because their fights are all on the same platform. I'll hold my praise until I see them cross platforms, which they haven't done yet. So you're talking about network, Shane? Like, obviously we've got, I know Tank Davis isn't on the same network as those guys, but Ryan Garcia, who else? Devin Haney, they're on there. Obviously Luke Campbell's on DAZN as well. But then you've got Tank Davis, you've got Teofimo Lopez. They're both on different platforms, I suppose. So I guess if that's what you're alluding to. But yeah, I think we just need to see the fights, man. But the good thing is that they're young, they're hungry, they're all outspoken guys, and they just want to talk about it. So going to another comment here from CBC Boxing. He's put, did you hear about Haney making Davis quit in Mayweather's gym? Bro, you know what? I heard that. I did hear that, but like, I think, was there something about the video footage where Devin Haney was like, I'll pay someone this amount to leak the video footage of it. I'm not sure, but yeah, feel free to elaborate, CBC. Sam, did you hear about that as well? Did you hear about that whole training footage between Devin Haney and Tank Davis?
Yeah, bro, I did. I heard about. Do I believe it or not? Yes, I do believe something definitely happened between those two. But at the same time, we can't always believe sparring, because sparring is sparring and rumor. It's good. It's good hype. It's good hype. It's good hype.
It is good hype.
But I just feel like those two secretly have a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah, it is definitely. But it's what we like to see, man. It's what we like to see. Like these guys just talking shit to each other, man. I wonder if there is some footage out there. If Devin Haney was to get that footage and he did show him like lighting up Tank Davis and sparring, then you know that just sets the wheels in motion for a great fight. So if it is out there, let's see it, man.
Exactly, bro. No, exactly, bro. Exactly. But you know, I reckon maybe to sell hype for the fight, or maybe I feel like, you see how Tank and Floyd's relationship is up and down. I feel that maybe fight hype or someone else will catch Floyd on a day where him and Tank are beefing or whatever, and he'll just be like, yeah, I was there in sparring, I watched the doghouse and Tank got beaten up, or Devin got beaten up, and then it's like, we've really got a fight on our hands. Do you get what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's what I'm looking forward for.
Got another comment here from Shane. He's put Campbell versus Garcia, both on DAZN. Loma versus Lopez, both ESPN. Oh, right, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. So you want to see like the crossover fights, like Tank against Garcia, for example. If they fight, what would that go on? Like, what network would it be on? Would it be DAZN? Would it be PBC? We need that. We need that. At the end of the day, we need to see that these rival networks can work with each other. We've seen it in the past with like PBC and Top Rank, ESPN. We've seen that in the past. So I'm sure if the fight is big enough, then it will be made. For Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis to be made, they're going to have to cross networks for that, aren't they? Because obviously Gervonta Davis is with the PBC and Ryan Garcia is with DAZN. So that's going to have to happen. CBC Boxing here, he's put James Tennyson is on the come up. Yeah, James Tennyson looked very exciting, like when I last saw him out. Johnny Nelson actually said that he thinks that James Tennyson could beat Tank Davis now. Well, what do you think about that, Sam? Do you think that James Tennyson has a chance to get himself in the mix?
Bro. Impossible. Not right now. I think he just said that for hype or whatever, but yeah, not right now. Tank is a serious guy. You've got to have a real. I don't think you can knock. I think you've got to have a real good game plan to beat Tank. That's how I feel. Your game plan's got to be really, really good to beat him. Otherwise, he's just going to catch you and knock you out of his power. So he's proving it.
Who do you? I mean, Lopez is obviously the number one guy right now. I mean, he's defeated Lomachenko. But out of the guys, like, who do you see if they all do get to fight each other? Who do you see coming out on top?
Of the lightweight guys, I think Teofimo or Tank. I can't at the moment. Devin Haney doesn't give me those vibes. At the moment, I need to see him like pull those through someone. I think when he fought Gamboa, was it Gamboa? He fought.
Yeah.
When he fought Gamboa, I wanted to see him fighting him. It was a good performance, but it wasn't enough for me to say, do you know what? This guy's here. Like, he's arrived. I just feel right now, he's just got a lot to prove, man. He's just got a lot to prove because he spoke such a big game. He's put a lot of pressure on himself. So it's all to prove for him. Yeah,
I get that, bro. Got more comments here. Got comments flying through, man. Keep them coming, guys. Shane's put, CBC, sorry. He's put, if you can check out my channel, I just posted a video on it. He's referring to the Tank Davis and the Devin Haney rumors about the sparring. Yeah, bro, I'll definitely check that out. On your channel, bro, for sure. I'll look that out. Shane's put, I saw what happened between Tennyson and Tevin Farmer. whoever said that was on crack. Yeah, that was Johnny Nelson, innit? He said that he thinks that Tennyson could be Javonte Davis now. I mean, come on, man. It was just like it was cringe stuff. It was cringy stuff, like watching it when he said that. I mean, Tennyson did deliver a great knockout, but to just suggest that he'd beat Tank Davis off of that knockout was unreal. And CBC Boxing agrees. He's put Johnny Nelson don't know what he's talking about. And he's also put Haney thinks he's Floyd's level. LOL. Him and his dad are talking too much. Yeah, well, I need to see Devin Haney. I need to see him in it with it now. I need to see him in with one of these top guys. I think he needs his gut check right now, man. I don't think he's avoiding it, to be fair, on his side. Like, if I'm being honest, I think Devin Haney does want it. But, you know, he spoke a big game with, you know, his last opponent. And, you know, Tank Davis stopped him eventually. And Devin Haney was saying that he was going to wash him. He's going to do all this to Gamboa. But he never got around to doing it, man. And it was actually a pretty flat performance in the end. So, like you said there, Sam, I think that, I think that we need to see more from Devin Haney this year for sure.
No, we do. We need to. I like Devin. I've been following him since he was 16, since he was the youngest guy of 17, when he was the youngest guy to ever headline or be in the MGM Grand. I remember it. He's got such a great charisma. He's a real athlete. He likes to train. He's about his craft. He's that father-son relationship. I really like what him and his dad have got going on. I think it's a good look of him being aligned to Eddie. I just think he just needs to deliver goods. Once he delivers the goods and knocks out or beats someone convincingly, I think sky's the limit for him, man. I generally do think he can go up in weight and do things like. I just need to see that. I do like Devin Haney a lot. Since all these comments, like even the white boy comment he made ages ago, I just feel he just, again, that's him being young, wasn't thinking, he wasn't putting himself into, you know, he just needs to think a bit more and carry himself in a better way at times. Look, at that age, you've got that much money, you've done really well, you took yourself, no, he came from what I've heard, he came from a very good background, a decentish background. He wasn't, you know, out or from a rough background. But he's done really well to make, he's, you know, financially stable and doing things. So I just really hope he can deliver the goods.
So do I, man. So do I. I remember that white boy comment, man. That was, you're kind of setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up with that because white boy beats you now. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get all this flack, man. Is it worth it? Do you know what I mean?
Boy, especially with the kind of way things have been, bro. I just don't really like, if we're speaking, we're freestyling now and stuff. Yeah, Devin Haney got a lot of slack from that. But then when Anthony Fowler made a comment about how he couldn't be, an average black man couldn't beat him to O'Hara Davis, no one said nothing. When we talk about Tyson Fury, now, as much as I respect the Gypsy King, he's the man. At the same time, the guy used the N-word on social media live and the kids were repeating it. And it was only until he was prompted to apologize that he apologized and everyone brushed it away. But then you get onto AJ for reading out a speech or whatever about something that's really going on with society, with systemic racism, and all of a sudden he's pictured a racist. Do you get what I'm saying? That for me, it's like people can choose when to remember and forget things and when to really put the heat on someone. Not to make this convo about race, but that's why. And then the thing is, the worst thing was Tyson Fury got Boxer of the Year after making a racist, after using the N-word. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought Lopez should have got it anyway, to be fair. I thought that Teofimo Lopez was well deserved. I mean, obviously Tyson Fury had a great win, but my choice would have been Teofimo Lopez. For sure.
100%, bro. Teofimo Lopez should have been the only one, bro. Teofimo. Fury, man, I really like the Gypsy King. I love what he stands for. But fact of the matter is, you actually said the N-word and offended a lot of people, man, for just using it. And it's just the fact that he was just able to get away. And I remember when I think you even posted about it. I remember people commenting some rubbish. Like, it was crazy. Not even that they were being, this is me not saying to any of the Boxing Lowdown fans that they were racist in any shape or form, but some of the comments were very ignorant that were being made.
Bro, like, I'm not afraid to, like, if something like that crops up, I'm not afraid to post about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll say how I feel. Like, it's how I feel. And if something said something that's offensive, we need to call them out on it, whether it's your favorite fighter, whether it's somebody you don't like. If they've done something that's not right, then you need to call them out. You've just called out Devin Haney for what he said. We've also called out Tyson Fury for what he said. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just, we need to call it out. And at the end of the day, it was wrong. I saw his apology, but, you know, it was, to me, that was more he was prompted to do it rather than he felt the need to do it, in my honest opinion.
Exactly.
We've got some more comments here, bro. Shane Willoughby's put, I think the guys at 135 pounds shouldn't sleep on Burchell. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think if he does move up, he's definitely going to be a factor, man. Burchell's a quality fighter. Also got here from Ian Hamilton, my guy. He's put, right now, it has to be Lopez at number 1. Tank has the power and killer instinct to finish anyone off. Garcia has a lot of flashiness to his game. Haney needs a standout win to make more, take notes. Yeah, listen, Ian Hamilton, you're bang on. You're bang on there, bro. Like, Lopez, he is number 1. Teofimo Lopez is the number 1. He beat Lomachenko, the guy that had the belts. Lomachenko was rated by many as the number 1 pound for pound. Listen, Lopez called him out and he beat him. Do you know what I mean? All of this stupid excuses that Lomachenko has been using now, is ridiculous. Like, Lopez beat him fair and square. So he is the rightful number 1 guy at lightweight at the moment. Tank does have the power. He does have the killer instinct, but is he even going to campaign at lightweight? I mean, his last fight was at 130 pounds. So we don't know what's going on there. I mean, if he gets the Garcia fight, which we want to see, then that will let us know where Tank is at right now. But we know what he's got. Garcia's flashy. We know that. He passed his gut check last weekend. He needs credit. So it's Devin Haney now. It's Devin Haney we're waiting on now. He needs a standout win. And he was there at the Tank and at the Ryan Garcia-Luke Campbell fight. He was right there in the crowd. So he wants it. But Ryan Garcia is kind of overlooking him and just wanting Tank. So is Ryan Garcia ducking Devin Haney?
I don't know. These guys have had beef. They've been not friends. They've known of each other since the amateur days. They're cool guys. Like, they know each other. They just know. I don't know. I just think it's easier to call out someone like a Tank Davis because you know Devin Haney is just there. If you get what I'm saying. Tank Davis has got a bigger name, a more respected name in the boxing world than Devin Haney has at this current moment in time. So just being tactical, he's got a huge following. He's just looking to get off that hip-hop crowd. Don't forget, Oscar De La Hoya is behind Ryan Garcia, and he wants to try and get to Floyd as much as possible. And he wants to he's got that chip on his shoulder still. So I feel like calling someone like Tank, who's more aligned to Floyd than Devin Haney is, makes more sense strategically.
Yeah, totally agree, bro. Got another comment here. It says, Devin has so much ability. I just feel like he is a victim of his own success because let's keep it real. Looking at all of them, he is probably one of the hardest to beat on the eye test. Shane, I totally agree. Devin Haney, I know my dad said that as well, actually. He's probably said that to you before. But Devin Haney on the eye test, for me, he does look very, very impressive. And, in terms of like who to avoid out of that group, it's probably going to be Devin Haney because you get it's the least reward out of the rest of them. You know, Tank's a more popular fighter. Ryan Garcia is a more popular fighter. Lopez has got the belts, whereas Devin Haney is equally as talented, maybe even more talented than some of them. And, he poses the bigger risk probably, and for probably the least financial gain. So you can, I guess, see why, like Ryan Garcia wants Tank Davis first. You can probably see that, don't you?
No, 100%. Everyone sees that, bro. Like, that is just there. Like, it just makes sense, man. It's just boxing politics, but it's not boxing politics to stopping the fights from happening. It's boxing politics to make strategic moves to then, fight. Because at the end of the day, these guys are getting hit in the head. They risk, they risk it all. If they lose one fight, that could change their whole perception and image from fans. So going after someone like Tank and losing to Tank versus losing to Devin Haney, if you're Ryan Garcia, you'd probably rather lose to Tank because then you can say he's a power puncher, he's this, he's that, but no one else can touch me, if you get what I'm saying, because of Tank Davis's power. No one power in that kind of weight and that bracket and that in the lighter weights than Tank. So he's not a bad person to lose to if you're looking at risk mitigation and damage control. For sure.
Got another comment here from CBCs, but Haney thinks he's better than he is. Well, listen, time will tell how good he really is. We're going to just need to see him get in there and fight with the top guys. He seems to be ready, but we'll see how good he actually is once we see him in with the big fighters. But be interesting to find out. Shane Willoughby's put here, bro, I'll go one further in terms of racism. Look how Bob treats Crawford in comparison to Loma and everyone else. Yeah, what's your thoughts on that, Sam? On what Bob Arum was saying about Terence Crawford, pretty disparaging comments he
do you know
made.
what? Bro, that is... I can't even come at Bob Arum because he's such an OG in the game. Do you get what I'm saying? But what he said about Terence Crawford, I just thought you didn't need to say that. Like, the fuck are you saying that for? Why are you saying that? I just thought that was just an unnecessary comment. Like, it was a very kind of throwaway comment. But at the same time, you're only as good as your promoter. So if anything, he's embarrassing himself. He's saying, look, do you think Eddie Hearn would say something like that?
Can't imagine.
I don't think it'd come out of his mouth. I think
maybe
maybe
not as yeah.
Yeah, he would, even with Michael Hunter. Look, remember when he dropped Michael Hunter and Charlie Edwards? Reason why he dropped those guys is that they couldn't sell tickets. Yeah, he didn't say anyway. That's more or less the reason. He didn't say anything bad. He just said, "Look, Michael Hunter's a guy. He's just on an agency basis, and we just feel that we just couldn't do enough with him, so we just parted ways." And we couldn't give him the attention. That's what Adrien said. It's like, that's the energy Bob needs to come on and be like, well, whatever Terence wants to do, but I don't know if it's going to continue to work. It's up to Terence. But Bob Arum is very outspoken. He's 80 plus years of age. Like, he pretty much doesn't care about things anymore. But yeah, it does show some kind of, if I'm being picky, it is kind of like crazy comments that compares the ones he made to Loma versus what he made to Terence Crawford. But again, this is a world living like as the ethnic minority. Are we surprised this happens? I feel like people shouldn't be as surprised as they should be anymore. Like, not to get into politics, but look what's all been going on recently, and look at the kind of disparity in terms of treatment and behavior towards people in terms of different races. So, it's one of those things. You've just got to roll with the punches of that. You've got to understand it, but then not accept it. But you've just got to strive to be the best you can be to then have to say in the platform to be able to speak and really eliminate it.
For sure, man, for sure. So it's put here, super flyweight is the best division in boxing. Yeah, super flyweight is hot as well. Listen, there's loads of hot divisions, man. I mean, it's you've got lightweight, you've got super flyweight, you've got bantamweight, you've got welterweight, you've got like heavyweight, middleweight's good, heavyweight, of course. I mean, there are loads of great divisions in boxing, man. So for lightweight, I think what we need for one of these divisions to stand out and really be the best is just seeing these guys fight each other. I think that's what we really need to do. We need to see these guys fight each other, man. But super flyweight is a very good division as well. Conrad Boxing, big up, bro. He's put, Haney should stop this talk about knocking people out and focus on what he's good at. Can make it very far in the game, then, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with you, Conrad. I think that Haney, he's got all the ability. He's got all the ability for sure. And I think in that fight against Gamboa, Conrad, it was the fact that he was saying how much he was going to put a beating on Gamboa and he was going to stop him, he was going to do this. And then when the fight actually took place, he didn't get to do any of that. It was pretty, like I said, it was a flat performance. So I think that's where most of the criticism came from. And the fact that Gamboa has been dropped and stopped by quite a few other people now, Terence Crawford being one of them, Gervonta Davis also being one of them. So people were kind of saying, okay, let's see what you could do, Devin Haney. You're talking it up a lot. Let's see what you can do. And then he went in there, went to 12 rounds points decision, albeit he won every round. But it was still a bit, it was a bit, well, we thought we were going to get a knockout. Do you know what I mean? What do you think, Sam?
No, 100%. It was a bit disappointing compared to the way he was speaking, but I'm not making excuses. But this past year, 2020, last year, of boxing, you didn't get the most performances. I think the best kind of standout performance we had all year was probably Teofimo Lopez and maybe the Joe Joyce one. But besides that, a lot of boxing has been flat.
What about Fury?
Oh, Wilder? Yeah, sorry, I even forget. Yeah, sorry, I completely forget. But that was before pandemic. Sorry,
because there are fans there. Yeah.
During the pandemic, yeah. But even during the pandemic, man, there hasn't been that many kind of solid performances where you look at a fighter and say, "Wow, like what an amazing performance! He put the work in." But besides these guys, but look, Devin, we've been speaking about him for a while. We all know what he's got to do now. He knows. Everyone knows. After that Ryan Garcia Campbell fight, he knows what he's got to do, and I'm sure he'll deliver the goods. And if not, well, we're going to keep asking him these questions.
Yeah, For sure, man. Got another comment here from Shane. He's put, and we'll read this one before we go on to Adrien Broner because I want to speak about him. But Shane's put, I always say Haney also didn't do himself a favor signing with Eddie because in the US, Eddie is hated and people don't like doing business with him. Leonard Ellaby is one. Yeah. Eddie Hearn has got that reputation in America because I watch some of the American channels and I see what they say about Eddie Hearn. Not a lot of them are in favor of him. They think that he's too cocky, too arrogant. And, Devin Haney, he does have his own promotional company, but I think Eddie Hearn I think they have like a shared split on what they do in terms of promotional rights and stuff. But Eddie Hearn does represent him. We know that. But listen, man, I think whatever Devin Haney thinks is best for his career, he needs to go with. Do you know what I mean? DAZN's a major platform. I think that he just needs to look at it like that. With the PBC, for example, a lot of the fighters are inactive over there. Maybe Haney thought that being with this on this particular platform, it might be better for him. But time will tell because it hasn't worked for everybody with Eddie Hearn in America. Look at Andrade. When he's gone over to Eddie Hearn, it hasn't really worked out for him. He still hasn't got a big fight. So listen, Shane, yeah, you're right with what you say there, man. Sam, I want to get your opinion on Adrien Broner, who looks like he's returning in February. He's been out of the ring for 2 years. That was the loss to Manny Pacquiao in January 2019. Since then he's got himself into like trouble, stuff like that, put on weight, but he's got into camp now. He's got himself in shape. He seems focused, but is this something that we've heard before with Adrien Broner? Like, what do you think? I mean, his opponent, I forgot the guy's name. I don't think he's going to be much of a test, but what's your thoughts on Adrien Broner coming back?
AB, about billions. He definitely ain't got no billions, man. The court stuff and all that stuff we've been hearing. But listen, man, I've always got a lot of time for Adrien Broner. I think he's very good for the sport. And I feel that although he's done a lot of stupid things, you can't really knock. The guy is four-time, different weight classes, world champion. You cannot knock a guy like that. He's just not focused. Like everyone always says, like even Floyd Mayweather said, a focused Adrien Broner is unbelievable. But the second you don't get 100% of Broner is when you start to see his downfall. We've seen it, man. And, the last fight he had
is it too late for him?
Manny. No, it's definitely not. I don't think so. I think he could pick up one more world title. I generally do think that because he's talent and his style. I do believe that. I do like him. I do like his style. I think his style was really exciting. I just really like the guy, man. I just think he brings a lot. I really like his style and how he fights in the ring. I like the way he throws his combinations together. I don't really see many people throwing them like the way throwing the ones and twos and the hooks the way he does, man. He just puts a flurry of punches together. And I think with Manny Pacquiao, I actually think he wasn't fit. I think he was. I don't even know what happened. That was a very huge fight. He was just so sluggish in that fight, and he let Manny Pacquiao just walk through him.
Well, there's a comment.
Me and Coach waited. Yeah, man, nuts. Me and Coach waited up.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, me and Coach waited up till 4 a.m. after watching a fight on ITV4, the Manny Pacquiao fight. And I just said, "What? Why did I watch this?" But I was like, "What kind of fight is this?" Like, and then he started making excuses about how he thought he won. I just think he's deluded, man. I think around then that's when he started having a lot of issues. But yeah, bro, he was just. I just need that old AB back, man.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, Broner. He hasn't won a fight in 4 years, bro. Obviously, he's been out of the ring for 2, but his last win was Adrien Granados. Yeah, 4 years, bro. Adrien Granados was his last win, and that was a close win. Some people thought that he was lucky to get that one. So since then, he hasn't had many fights in that time. But yeah, so if he's going to pick up another world title, he's going to have to obviously stay dedicated, stay in shape, and keep active. And then maybe we'll see maybe we'll see if he's got it back or not, AB. But for me, yeah, he's 31 or something like that, 31 years old. So I don't know. Let's see how he looks against this opponent. Like I said, he's not expected to provide too much of a test for Broner. I think it's just a matter of him just getting out there and fighting. And hopefully he does stay active, stay in the gym and just be, then maybe we'll see it. But I think he's got a lot of work to do, man. He's got ability, he's got talent. We know that. But for me, his biggest problem is not letting his hands go. He used to, but for some reason, as he's moved up the weights, as he's got a bit older, he hasn't really let his hands go. But maybe we'll see that in February against this guy. So it'll be interesting to see. And got a comment here from CBC. He's put Broner is wasting his talents. Yeah, he is. Because Broner's talented, man. He's very, very talented. But is it too late? That's the problem. Is it too late for AB? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Sam, I mean, if Broner does continue fighting, and it will be at like welterweight, 140 pounds. So the title holders there are Josh Taylor and Ramirez. Obviously, they're going to be duking it out later on this year for the undisputed. Then maybe the belts will get split up by them. But I wouldn't give Broner a chance against either of those guys right now, would you?
No. He needs proper. He just needs his old team back. I think he just needs to be in a proper good setup. He needs to be on the straight and narrow. And I think maybe being around Tank again and all these other guys are the reason is going to give him that kind of motivation. Because Floyd Mayweather, people that don't know the story about Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather didn't discover him. It was AB that discovered him.
Yeah.
AB discovered Gervonta Davis. So
yeah, I've heard that as well.
I just want AB to do his thing, man. I just really think he's good for the sport. He's very good for the sport. Very cocky, drinks a lot, does all this rubbish stuff outside of the ring, but he actually delivers the goods. His fights, when he wins his fights are really, really entertaining. I like his style.
Got another comment here from Yezer. He's put, they're building up Broner again to give Prograis a big name win. Hey, bro, Prograis, I'd keep Bro. I know them two have actually like gone at it on social media a couple of times. Regis Prograis and AB. If I was AB, I'd stay away from Regis Prograis right now for sure. I don't think that's a good fight for him right now. We don't know what he's got, but I wouldn't fight Regis Prograis yet. But for Prograis, of course he'd want to have Broner on his record for sure.
No,
for sure.
Who wouldn't, bro? Who wouldn't? Progress on a high. Yeah, Broner needs to be very tactical about his. He needs to be very tactical about his fights. To be fair, who's Regis Progress fought? Who's his last guy he fought? I'm trying to think. He's only had one loss, right? Who was the guy who lost? Taylor. He lost to Taylor.
Josh Taylor. He's fought since then. It was like a blowout win. It wasn't like no big win, but it was just good for him to get back in the ring. But Prograis is somebody that I think, he's still got it, man. He's still someone that we should keep our eye on. We shouldn't forget about him just because we've got Taylor Ramirez taking place hopefully this year. I'll be real. I still think that Prograis could probably beat Ramirez now. But the fight with Josh Taylor was an excellent fight, man. And like you see the respect that those two had for each other. I think that Regis Prograis posted a video of him in the gym, and Josh Taylor commented on it, and I think them two were going back and forth, like respectfully. But I just think that they both recognise how good the other one was. So even Taylor was calling Prograis number 2, even though he's fighting Ramirez. So Prograis, he's somebody that's definitely going to be a factor within that division still. You've got Maurice Hooker there. I think actually no, Hooker moved up in weight, didn't he? He moved up to welterweight. I think he's going to fight Virgil Ortiz, which will be good. So let's see what happens, man. It could be interesting at light welterweight for sure. Got another comment here from Ian Hamilton. He's put, let's remember, Broner believed the Hood thought he beat Pacquiao. Would have loved Showtime to have gone live to the Hood to ask them if he thought he won. Hey, man, some of the memes that were coming out after that AB Pacquiao fight, bro, it was unreal. It was unreal. Like Broner was saying before the fight, wasn't he, that he was doing it for the Hood, and then that came back to haunt him, didn't it?
Bro, it fully to haunt him. Fully came. He looked like a mug, to be honest, when he said that.
He did for sure, man. For sure. Another comment here from Yezer. He's put Prograis went toe-to-toe with Taylor. Yeah, he did. I don't know how you guys thought. It was a fantastic fight, though, man. Prograis and Taylor. I was there, actually. I was at that fight. We did the fan cams afterwards. And, Taylor got the decision. But you got the feeling if it was in America, then maybe Prograis would have got... It was that kind of a fight. It was close. It could have went either way, but Taylor got the nod. Some people say it was down to home comforts, but it is what it is, man. No complaint over the result, really. I mean, it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. So, that's why I think that Prograis it's definitely still a name to be thought about in that division. Yeza as well, he's back here in the chat. He's put, do you guys think that Mikey could beat Prograis? Mikey Garcia, that'd be a good fight. But Mikey's a welterweight, isn't he? So Prograis would have to move up for that fight. That's a good ass fight, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, nah, bro. I don't know. I think it could be too much for him because Mikey's beefy, man. He's quite chunky, bro. He's quite big.
Yeah. Yeah, Prograis would have to move up. I think Prograis would get. I think he's young. You know, he's. I don't know how much more like Mikey's got left now. He got, you know, got the beating from Errol Spence. He's fought since then, but yeah, let's see. I think that's a good fight to be made. Actually, yes, that's a good fight, man. Sam, before we wrap it up, just let me know your thoughts on AJ Fury, and if them two do get it on, do you think that it will happen this year? And what's your thoughts on the fight itself?
I'm backing my man. AJ's gonna bang him up. I think AJ's gonna just. Yeah, I think AJ is very, very capable of knocking him out. I feel that. This is what I'm saying. I don't think people give AJ enough credit, man. Like, they really don't. Like, look at all the guys he's fought versus Fury's resume. Fury's only really fought the 2 Wilder fights. After those 2 Wilder fights, who else has he fought that you've been like, shit?
He beat Klitschko.
Yeah. Sorry. After Klitschko and Wilder. After that, who is there? Who is there? Because he's fighting like, bro, let's not forget, he got dropped by Christian Hammer. Let's not forget, like, everyone talks about AJ got knocked down by a fat guy, but Fury, did you not get banged in the face by Hammer? Like, he got dropped. I remember that so vividly. I was like, damn. Still went back on to win the fight. I'm not discrediting that, but like, look, I just think in this weight division, anyone can get the smoke. I thought AJ, I think the way he's built and how he is in his mentality, I just think he really is looking to. I think he'll knock him out, but I feel he'll knock him out in a way that no one will expect him to. I feel he'll be he's gaining all these skills and his IQ is going up and up and up. Even the IQ against Pulev, even the boxing brain against Pulev. Look at the way he was fighting. I did feel he was confused in a few styles, but like, I just think the way he was throwing his punches, how he was doing things is, you know, really good. I felt the should have been stopped in round 3 when Pulev turned back. I really thought that should have been stopped. Yeah, that should have been stopped. I don't know why it was still going on, but he took his time and rebuilt and then knocked him out and then got the stoppage. But I do think Tyson Fury is underestimating Joshua. I do feel that way. But I also feel, I can say, I do feel this fight is going to be, if it does happen this year, I doubt it, but if it does happen this year, I do feel this fight is going to be heavily anticipated about race, man. I feel there'll be a huge racial divide. Personally, I feel there'll be a huge racial divide.
So
and I think a lot of
UK?
media will play on that.
Do you think in the UK you're talking about?
UK, yeah, definitely in the UK. Potentially worldwide, but definitely in the UK, especially with the BLM protests and some of the comments that's been made and things that have been going on. I think it's going to be a huge fight. I don't think it happens in the UK, though, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, if it does...
it happens in the Middle East, bro.
If it does happen this year, then, yeah, I mean, it will probably happen it will. The first fight will happen abroad. They've spoken about Singapore as a potential place for it to be held. We know the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, has been mentioned as well. I think most boxing fans now have kind of like given up on the fantasy of it happening in the UK and are just wanting to see it happen at this stage. I think people just want to see it now, even if it does take place abroad, the first fight. Maybe if it is competitive enough, then we'll see a second fight and that might take place in the UK. But at this stage, I think we just need to see the fight now, man. We just need to see it happen. And going to your comment about just the fight, causing a divide, I've said this before. I've said this on my channel before. I've said it on my Twitter account before, that I think that there is the potential for the fight to spill politically. But you know what? Like, it's something that the media will create and sell, and it will help, sales for the fight. But I think that's just how it is. As long as we can be mature enough about it, then it is what it is. I just look, pick your side. Like, 2 of them are big characters. Like, you've got a passionate AJ fan base, you've got a passionate Fury fan base. So of course the media are going to hype it up. They're going to play on it, and you can see that happening. But Like, hopefully it doesn't turn ugly or anything like that. But let's just see, man. At the end of the day, I just want to see the fight. So let's hope that it does happen, bro. But listen, bro, before you go, I mean, just let the people know like where they can find you, like what you do, and just if they want to catch more of you, where do they need to go?
Yeah, bro. Love for having me, but apologies for the signal again. I think it's been a bit more stable over the half an hour, but yeah, follow us, Reps on T. We do a call-in show every week, on a Tuesday from 7:30 at Raps on TV. My personal account is at SDWOTV. All talking things boxing, whether you want to live stream, whether you want to talk, whether we kind of freestyling in a way. We talk to hardcore boxing fans about boxing and just spread the word as where we can. But listen, Daryl, appreciate you, man. Appreciate the show.
All good, bro. All good, brother, man. Thank you for joining me, bro. Take it easy. We'll catch up another time, man. Hope you enjoy Nigeria, man. Big up, Sam from Raps on TV. It's good to have him on here. And thank you guys, man. As always, thank you guys for being here. As usual, man. That's what we like to do. We like to bring people on every Sunday. And it was good to get Sam on here. But just before I go, let's read this comment from Conrad. He's put, I think a prime AJ beats Fury. But right now he is at 75 to 80%, still rebuilding mentally and refining his style after the Ruiz loss. So I wouldn't be mad if the fight took place next year. I've seen people say that. You know, he still needs to recover a bit from that Ruiz loss. He's still got the demons floating in his head. I have to agree a little bit. I mean, when he dropped Pulev in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th rounds, I mean, he probably could have, if he stepped on the gas a bit more, he could have took Pulev out of there. But I'm not going to criticize him for that performance. I mean, he was out of the ring for over a year. And, you know, like he got him out of there eventually. So I hear what you're saying. He probably is at 75 to 80%, but I just don't think now. I think that he's just got to take it now, because the longer we wait, the more the potential that someone could like lose, or something could happen. Someone could get an injury or whatever. Like, so I just feel like they need to capitalize on it now. But big up Conrad for the comment, man. Appreciate you, bro. And thank you to everybody in the chat for this Sunday night. That kind of wraps it up for tonight's live. And I'll be back on Thursday night with a podcast, and I'll be back again on Sunday. But in between that, look out for some of my daily YouTube videos where I'll just be speaking on boxing news and anything else that's been going on, guys. But thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good evening.